This is Venya, Amore, and this is Silent but Loud, a space where pain becomes purpose, where the whispers of grief grow into echoes of hope. You're alive, sugar, and your story will still speak. Venya said it. Welcome to Silent but Loud Thursday night After Dark Reflections. I am your host, Venya Amore. I want to say happy Thanksgiving. I hope you enjoyed the day so far, or maybe you're headed to a location this evening and you haven't quite yet gotten out. I want to say I am super excited and ecstatic with the fact that I have an opportunity to express gratitude, because some people didn't wake up today, sugar, and we just got to remember that. Before we dig in, I want you to inhale peace, exhale pressure. Let's do that one more time. Inhale peace, exhale pressure. So tonight we are talking about something real, something a little bit gentle, something heavy, something true. What we do when the days feel cold and empty and unfamiliar. What do we do? What do we do when the table has a missing chair? When traditions feel different and when grief sneaks up on us even in the middle of that laughter? I did it this morning. This morning I was getting myself prepared and I opened up the social media page and the song Mama by Boyz II Men was playing. And before you know it, Venya started bawling. I couldn't explain it, but I could. I miss my mama, and this will be our first Thanksgiving without her. So I understand. I understand what that these things are going to come. So I figure if I'm thinking about it, you're probably thinking about it too. So why not we share? So what do we do when the table has a missing chair? When traditions feel a little bit different? When that grief sneak up on us, I'm telling you, it's something like it just hit you. No explanation. And what do we do when the holidays don't feel like the holidays anymore? I want to talk about it. But I also want us to breathe through it and then walk through it together. The first thing I want us to do is acknowledge the truth of our hearts. You miss them, don't you? Because I know I do. And honestly, I've learned we're going to always. My father passed in 2001, and I still miss him. And the reflections, oh boy, I was his princess. Don't y'all tell nobody. But just remember that loss doesn't disappear because the calendar says it's a holiday. And the worst thing you can do is pretend you're fine. When your heart is quietly shaking, you're allowed to feel it. You're allowed to pause, cry, step away, and breathe. That doesn't make you weak. It just makes us human. See, in Silent but Loud, Echoes of Grief, Whispers of Hope to Depression, my book, I wrote, grief doesn't ask permission. It don't do it. It just show up. It say knock, knock. You say who there, and guess what? It's grief. And we don't know what to do. How are we going to prepare? How do you prepare for that? And sometimes it arrives right in the middle of a celebration. But you know what? That's okay. What I don't want you to do, even going through the storm, is to isolate, even though we want to. And I'm speaking from Venya POV. I'm talking to you but I'm also talking to myself. See, when you're hurting, part of you wants to retreat. Close the blinds. Shoot, my bed is my best friend. I want to lay under the covers and make myself feel small, the tiniest bit. Can't nobody tell what you are when you're so tiny. They can't hear your cries, your woes. But listen, isolation feels safe at first, but then it becomes a trap. You go somewhere today, okay? I don't care if it's a gathering spot. I don't care if it's a church, a family's friend's house, a cousin's table. Somebody wants you there. I said that this morning. I'm saying it again. And if you don't have a place to go, you better cuddle up next to your fireplace. Get you some of them fuzzy socks from the Dollar Tree and get you a cup of joe or hot chocolate or wine. It don't care. Don't matter as long as you're not driving. But I'm telling you, I want you to be around living energy. It's going to help. It really does. Now, one thing I need people to understand, that grief does have an effect on our brain cells. It's like, I don't know, sometimes I wonder if it's even working. But because we need to understand it, and it affects our brain, and you know your brain controls your whole body. This is important. And you know what, it's science too. But most importantly, it is compassion. See, when you're grieving or depressed, your brain literally processes things a little bit more different. I don't know about you, but I overthink. Sometimes I overreact, you know. And sometimes I feel things a little bit more deeper than other people. I probably need to restrain from that, but I can't help it. And then you may have panic moments or emotional spikes. And those come here quite often lately. But guess what? That's not being dramatic. It's not even being too sensitive. Matter of fact, you know what it's called? Oh, ding, ding, ding. A chemical imbalance. And guess what? That's what mental illness is about. But even though I say all that to say, we need to understand it, that it deserves some type of understanding and not criticism. So if someone you love is grieving, don't tell them you're overreacting. Don't tell them let it go. And don't you tell them you should be past this. Because if you tell Venya that, I might give you a little talking to, and y'all not going to like that. But what I want you to tell them, I want you to tell the person that is going through that I'm here. I see you. I feel you. Understand that there's triggers, things that's going to pop up, especially during the holidays, they can't even have control over. But you grab that person and you pull them in close and you hold on tight. Okay, I'm done fussing. But it is important to say, I'm here. What do you need right now from me? And that right there will secure your spot in their life for the future. See, that's love. That's called empathy. And that's called partnership. Now, I don't know if y'all know, but I found out recently that we have bereavement groups. Did you know there were grief groups everywhere? There's churches, there's hospitals, there's community centers. Matter of fact, they even have groups online. It's people that are just like you, who understand without judgment, who know what the empty chairs feel like, and who knows what holidays feel after a loss. See, you don't have to walk through this alone. And I'm so grateful to be able to do this podcast because I'm emotional now. Sometimes I do feel alone. And guess what? For the folks out there who have people in their life that deal with grief and depression, if they ask you to come with them, please go. Don't question it. Don't ask no goofy, like off the wall questions. Don't act like they bother you. Stand beside them. Be that person you wish you had when you were going through your own storm. Now, when it comes to relationships and support systems, this is important. I want you to hone in. If you have someone in your life and you only have them for convenience, only when you're at their high, only when they're at their high, only when they're giving you more than you receive, baby, that ain't no support. Venya here to tell you. You know what it's called? It's called access. See, you deserve someone who is in the mood for you every day. And if you don't have someone in your life right now who's what I call a sponge, soaking up everything that's good about you, but they can't be there for you during your bad days, you deserve somebody else. Matter of fact, you deserve someone who is in the mood for you even when life is lifing. See, someone who sees your hurt, not just only your highlights, is good for your soul. Someone who shows up when you're quiet. They see you grieving, holding your phone, seeing you go to a corner. It takes a lot of attention to detail. If they just around you when you're shining and not when you're quiet, that ain't the person for you. So I'm talking to you, my fellow mental illness persons, because they like to put us all into a bucket. But I call us encouraged. We are the encouraged because we've gone through some deep valleys. We've gone through some highs, but we are still here. There's some of our comrades that didn't make it to today. I have a tattoo on my wrist that is a semicolon, which represents that I'm an alliance. Not only I'm diagnosed with mental illness, but I am also a friend. I want you to ask yourself tonight, who actually loves me? And do you feel it without a shadow of doubt? And the other question I want you to ask is, who just benefits from me? I want you to write it down on a piece of paper. I want you to see it. Because a lot of times, just like a vision board, when you write it down, you see it, you can understand it a little bit more. And I want you to be honest about what the difference is. Very good. So tonight's encouragement is really, I want you to know that you are stronger than this season. You are bigger than this movement, and you are growing through. Listen, you are growing through. This is something that would possibly break most people. So you are encouraged, you are strong, you are mighty. And if you're doing it quietly, softly, humbly, bravely, I want you to be proud of that. Be gentle with it and also be grateful. Tonight I want you to do something soft for yourself. I want you to enjoy family. Sip your favorite drink. I want you to sit near a candle if you got to, or I want you to wrap yourself in a blanket, or grab your journal and just journal from your heart. Talk to God or whoever you believe in, your higher power. And I want you to thank your own spirit for surviving another year. Congratulations, baby. Congratulations. See, every day is a day of Thanksgiving. Not because everything is perfect, it's because everything is purposeful. Okay? Yes, indeed. Thank you so much for joining this Thanksgiving edition of Silent But Loud Reflections After the Dark. I am your host, Venya Amore. I want you to stay connected, be able to like, subscribe, share. Follow us on all social media platforms under Venya, Amore. You can also get the live podcast streams on any place that allows podcasts, from Amazon Music to YouTube to Spotify to iHeartRadio, just about any. I'm so excited. I'm grateful that they have allowed me to help in this platform. Grab my book, Silent But Loud, Echoes of Grief, Whispers of Hope Through Depression. If you type in Silent But Loud and my name, it'll come up under Amazon. That's available in Kindle or also in paperback. And also, great news, my new release, I Just Been Improved by United Artists, will be actually launched December 2nd. That is something to be grateful for. It was a poem that I turned into words, that I turned into more words, a bridge, a pre-bridge, of course. And that's what developed. If he could see what I see. Be sure to live stream on all platforms that allow music stream. I am so excited. Until next time, I want you to know you are loved. Venya sees you. And I want you to know that you are covered and you are never walking alone. I'll see you tomorrow morning. Until then, Venya said it.